Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jen and this is Earl Grey and Chopsticks. Slightly different setup today because we're going to do a slightly different type of reaction video, one that we haven't done before, one where the video is going to be up on a screen here. So wish me luck, hope it goes well. Been playing around with it, testing it out a little bit, so I think it should be fine. So let's jump into it today. Slightly controversial one, not gonna lie. I'm gonna do a react to a video by Sammy Ingram. Now, Sammy Ingram is a YouTuber. She's doing phenomenally well. She has been around for a few years, so you know, give her her flowers. She's doing very well. She's growing very quickly now. Has a coaching business. I can't comment on it. I haven't used it, but I think she's helping a lot of people. So I personally think it's great. So today we're going to react to her 10-minute method video. This is one that I actually watched yesterday anyway, just because I was interested, and I thought, why not react to it? And interesting, I've come up with a slogan that I think I want for the channel. So I think I want the channel's slogan to be your favorite, and this is a little bit of a Sammy influence here, your favorite law of attraction reaction channel. So let's get into it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share my screen on here. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's do it.
What's up, guys? We're back with another video. If you are new here, my name is Sammy and we're the Mermaid Gang. And those bells are my cat, of course. I am your favorite manifestation coach and your
I love how she's always got like an animal in the background. I love all her videos. She's like, that's my cat, that's my dog. I love it.
favorite YouTuber. So if you would like for me to help you dissolve whatever is between you and your manifestation, go ahead and sign up for coaching with me below. Today, since we are going to be talking about my 10-minute method that I mentioned in the last video, it's not like this known method or anything. It's just the way I do things as of the last couple of months. And it really works for me. I just found it made it easier for me to focus. The way it came about was I started picking a video that I didn't care about. And why is it so echoey? Okay, I'm sorry if it's extra echoey in here. I promise soon.
I have to admit, this was one thing that I didn't really understand. Sammy says to pick a video that you don't really care about. I don't know whether that means that you just have something playing in the background that's, you know, doesn't really matter if you're paying attention to it or not. That's kind of what I assumed it to mean, is just pick something that's sort of meh and play it, so that there's some schools of thought that think if you have some kind of background noise going on, it kind of can block out some of those kind of lower level thoughts that would maybe interrupt your affirming or your meditation. So I think that that's the gist of what Sammy's getting at, is just to have some kind of background noise.
There will be a new setup and the sound quality will be better, but bear with me until then, okay? So anyway, I would pick a video that I didn't care about and I'd be like, okay, I need to affirm for this whole video. And I noticed that if I would do it for at least 10 minutes or more, shit manifested so fast. So that is what started it for me personally. Now, speaking of my coaching, I do have a small service that is $150 because a bunch of people were asking me to bring back the smaller package, and it is labeled as the repetition challenge. It is where I give you affirmations it's for one desire, and then you get 2 follow-up emails. Like, you get 2 more times that you can email me if you need any help, have any questions, whatever. if you would like to sign up and use it for my 10-minute method, just when you fill out the form, put that in the little, there's a little box that asks like what you want to manifest or something like that. The small box, put 10-minute method, and then use the little explain your circumstances box to explain your circumstance of what you're trying to manifest. Okay. So if you want to use that service for a 10-minute method, just put it in the little box for me so I know that that's what you want and that you don't want to do the repetition challenge. Okay. Anyway, so like I said, I needed I realized that I was not doing what I needed to do when it came to manifesting, affirming for things that I wanted to manifest or
Yeah, and actually something that's something that I want to kind of comment on is that a lot of the time you think you're affirming for what you want, you think that you're doing what needs to be done. I feel like I'm half in the dark here. But are you actually doing the work? There's one thing kind of thinking about your desire, but are you thinking about it in the right state? I think Sammy goes on to mention this anyway, but you can be affirming, but then if as soon as you're done affirming, you start thinking, oh, that's never going to happen, or can't afford that, can't get that person's never going to message me, then you're just undoing all of your work, So make sure you are actually setting aside the time to do what you need to do for your own manifestations and for what you want to achieve.
Change, whatever. And it was just because I got so caught up in work and just doing all the things that I have to do and need to do that I never made time for my manifestations. And so I was like, okay, well, I need to just pick a video that's like 10 minutes or more and affirm for the whole video. And when I started making myself do that every day, it was not very long before I was getting, like, my whole reality was conforming to what I was affirming. So I started sharing it with people, my clients. I've shared it with some of my
I feel like this is going to be a 2-part video as well, but that's something that I notice as well, is when you do actually, like I say, set that time aside to properly focus on what you're trying to achieve, it can be shocking how quickly you start getting these signs, you start just feeling better, and like Sammy says, your entire reality will just kind of mold towards what it is that you're doing these techniques on. And it's like Sammy says, it's not even really a technique, it's just what she does. And in my personal experience, after a certain amount of time, you kind of learn a few methods, you feel what works better for you. But after a certain amount of time, it just becomes your life. It's just how you work, how you think about things, how you think about what you want to achieve. And that whole process just comes together to allow you to manifest what it is that you desire significantly more easily.
My clients, I've shared it with Twitter, I've shared it with whoever asks, really. So I'm going to tell you guys how to do it. I use a video, like I said. You can use a timer, you can use a YouTube video that you don't care about. It doesn't even have to be just 10 minutes. It's just 10 minutes is the minimum that I recommend. And I really recommend you do it multiple times a day if you can. If not, try to do it longer than 10 minutes if you're not going to have another free time during the day to sit and affirm. But a lot of people, the issue is that you're just not affirming enough, okay? You're just not. You're just not making enough time to affirm and focus and really saturate your subconscious.
Yeah, and I agree with this. And actually, this is something I've been playing with a bit myself recently. Is just, there's a joy in it as well. I truly enjoy So at the moment in the UK, it's very sunny. So I'll sit out in the garden. I'll sit in one of our garden chairs and I'll just visualize my goals. I'll visualize scenarios where the goal is happening. I will use the telephone method where I'm talking to my dad on the phone about, this happened. And my dad's saying, oh, well, you knew it would. And things like this that just reinforces in my own mind that this is going to happen. So, try to not let this be a chore. It shouldn't be a chore. It should be for the joy of affirming. And when you can get to that space, the joy that you put into your affirmations makes the affirmations stronger. Now, I know Sammy's an advocate for just robotic affirmation, and that works too. But in my opinion and my experience, once you robotically affirm for a certain amount of time, it turns into a joy. You begin to, at the end of the day, you're thinking about these huge goals that you have, your biggest desires. There should be joy in that. There should be excitement in that. So allow that to happen. Allow that to just sort of organically. Yeah, of course, at first it might feel awkward and it might feel weird. And that's where my video about making affirmations work for you comes in. And this is also what Sammy says. Just in the beginning, when you're repeating and it feels weird and it feels a bit off, just continue. That's when you need to just kind of break through that awkwardness barrier, because it's not until the point where it feels natural that it's actually doing the work, And it's like I said in my previous video, you can go back and watch it. I won't sort of repeat myself here too much, but just slightly change it until it feels a bit more comfortable and just work your way up until you can say your sort of initial intention and it feels comfortable, it feels joyful, it feels exciting.
This with the thing that you want as if you already have it. So this will really make you focus because you have no choice. You're setting aside this 10 or more minutes that is strictly dedicated to you affirming. I personally do one subject per 10-minute session, and I only use 1 to 2 affirmations maximum because, and I know there are people that'll say, oh, it's a limiting belief.
Okay, sorry. I feel like I need to jump in here again because this is, like I said, this is something I've been playing with recently. And for me, I'll visualize a scene, or I will use maybe 1 or 2 affirmations like Sammy's saying, but for me, it kind of grows arms and legs. So if I'm visualizing a scene, what then happens after that scene? Who do I ring? Who do I tell? Who do I speak to? And then even after that, what do I do? What does my life now look like after I've manifested what it is that I'm trying to achieve? So while I appreciate what Sammy's saying here, 1 or 2 manifestations, keep it simple, keep it easy, saturate your subconscious, allow it to grow. Allow it to grow because, again, that's part of the fun of it. And it's also about what will my life look like after this? And that's when your subconscious will truly start to believe that it has happened, and then it will happen in your reality.
Believe that I can only have 1 or 2 affirmations. Not really. It's not a limiting belief. It's really just a preference. First of all. Second of all, imagine trying to go through a list of 25 affirmations. You'll go through the whole list once. You're not saturating your mind this way. Unless you have hours and hours and hours to run through your entire list.
Yeah, so I do agree with this point. And when I talk about it growing arms and legs, I'm talking about one subject, because you do need to focus on it. You do need to allow your mind to really absorb it. But if it wants to go in different directions on the same topic, allow it. That's my preference. And like Sammy says, it's her preference to have 1 or 2 strict, if you like, affirmations. Whatever works for you. At the end of the day, we're about getting results. Whatever works for you. Test it. Literally test it. It's fine. Play with it.
Because it's going to take you that long. It's better to keep it short and sweet because you can loop them more. Understand that the longer the list of affirmations is, the more your subconscious is probably going to only pick up bits and pieces of it because it's too fucking much. And 2, it's going to take you much longer. Or if you don't even have the time, you're still just trying to do it for 10 minutes, you're not going to have very much repetition and saturation in your mind of the thought that you want, of the thing you want to create. So
yeah. And it's like I say, I do agree with that. I fully advocate for staying on the one topic, the one goal, whether it's specific person, money, exams, you know, whatever it is that you're currently working on, stay on the one topic. And don't get me wrong, I've been there too. I am there right now where you have multiple goals, but try and focus on the one that excites you the most first. Allow that one to happen. And then, you know what, if you feel like sort of moving into a different goal, do that when it feels right. But yeah, the more you can stay on the one topic, the better. But if it wants to go and, you know, you're thinking, and then when that happens, that'll happen. And then I'll talk about it like this to this person, and this person will say this to me, and then I'll feel like this. And, you know, go for it. In my opinion, that's fine, and that's fun. That's part of it. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this part of the video here. So this is going to be part one. That's 2. And I'll do part 2. I think I will still film it today. May go into a different room. Don't know if I'm really feeling this this location, but we'll see. Might even go outside. Anyway, that's for me to figure out. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching me. I also wanted to just mention, I don't know how great the audio is going to be. I'm filming on my laptop, so bear with me. As always, still figuring things out. Never get it wrong, never get it done. Love that quote from Abraham Hicks. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. I want to create a community where we watch content like this together and it just clicks in. That's what I'm all about. I want to be the catalyst of the thing that makes you realize how to use these methods. That's what I'm here for, you know. Okay. I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.